These people think they're like fair use taking my images from my videos. One day, when you least expect it, long, long after I'm gone. No, that won't happen. um, I'll be around if you won't, and I'll have videos. And you'll have done all the work. And I lived rent free in your mind while you were doing it, looking at me and thinking of how funny it was to be all this. What a retard! What a pervert! What a filthy piece of shit! Do I look that dirty? I don't even have no makeup on, huh? I'm like real, my boobs are looking like girly boobs. It's girly boobs. Excuse me. I ain't a guy. I never was. I was just faked it for a long time. Man, I got good at it. Yes, I'm a tickling old hag. Oh, yeah. We used to do some good faces when we were kids. Oh, let's see if I can remember this one. Well, that was the old Tony Alamo one. I like old. Let's see if I can get it. Where? Oh, where's? Oh, how do you do that? Oh, yeah, it's all the way over like that, and all the way over like that, and now you got goggles. Or let's see, what was the other one? No, there was one dude who had no teeth that could suck it. I mean, just suck his whole all his lips all the way. He's like, "Yar, matey, yar, matey." That's a little weed. They seem to get all excited. No, I don't. Yeah, the cops came to the house this afternoon. My weed. I had one, here's my weed sitting like that, right? Notice we're down to roaches, and it's only Monday night, which is a bad sign. So I got to get through tomorrow on what's sitting there, which is highly doubtful. Well, no, it's not doubtful because we're going to be out most of the day. I need a lot of weed. If I'm spending a lot of time in the computer, I need a lot of weed. Plus, I've also been doing kava. Thank you, Clark. Ariana's associate. I'm not sure what partner, associate, collaborators. We're collaborators, co-conspirators. Clark makes some really cool shit. Wait till you see Clark's work. He does metal and glass together. Um, he's making some cool shit. And the blessing over the weed is praise be, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who's blessed us. Arr. So praise be, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has blessed us with this fruit of our Mother Earth. Blah. When we drink water, similar prayer. Praise be, O Lord, our God, King of the universe, who's given us our life-giving water. This is why I run away from troll fights. I learned this in 2011, 2010. I actually more like 29. It didn't take me a lot of thoughts to figure out that fighting people all the time was counterproductive. You know, because I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing, which was propagating my media. But we got the office software up. We got the calendar start. Oh boy, we haven't used it. Gotta get it up on the site. We need. I don't think it's going to happen that. I don't know. Well, I do. I don't think that Real Things is going to be participating much because I've been crippled at Facebook, so I haven't been able to make the connections to help with the hurricane recovery from here at all. So we're gonna, we got a thing coming up in October. We got at Slaughter Mountain, where it's a medicine harvest retreat. We're gonna go up there and just like collect as much medicine as we can. Hopefully fire agates too. That's Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, Columbus Day for all you whites that aren't feeling guilty yet. Well, white folk hate the black folk, and black folk hate the white folk, and how's that song go? Let's get it. Let's get that. I need to learn that one. That one on Tom Lever songs. Let's sing some. Yeah, that's right. I got this channel monetized. If I'm using somebody's shit, YouTube just automatically like splits the money with whoever owns what I use. I like that. That's cool. Because that's that's what I do. I have my own original stuff. This is the way I was trained. And I'm asking people. Most of my original melodies have no lyric. They have no words. They have no title. They're just melodies that I've been working on for years. And there's one that I can't even hear it right now. I've been trying to get it out. I haven't been able to get it to it. No, that ain't it. I ain't it either. I didn't either, but that's one of my good ones. Let me give you a little bit of this, and I want some suggestions on titles, please. So there's a little. I'm hearing something like the record of Edmund Fitzgerald in there. You ever heard that? What's the next line for Edmund Fitzgerald? So that's like, a piece of something will come out and then I won't get the rest of it. again. It wants to go. It just wants to keep going here. I should quit while I'm ahead on that one. I can't get out of that. For some reason, just everything seems to go right back there right now. Which is okay, because, like, I stupefy people with that. I stupefy myself with that when I'm standing up and doing it. Holy shit. You see me rocking with it. You see my foot stomping. I really get down on it with the horn. I gotta find something else. That's what I really need to do is a video that's like mostly this. This is a Horner Educator that Jeannie Palmer played, like, I think she said when she was in high school or so, I forget. Or somebody gave it to her a long time ago, and it's just only been played a little bit, and naturally I dropped it and took a chunk out of my mouthpiece. But that's okay, it still plays right. And I'm gonna fill it in eventually with some wood glue. There's the plastic wood that will fill this. Okay. Yeah? I still wants to do that. Shit! I should bust out some music, huh? See if it, oh, if I this will get me well away from there. that was one that I was surprising myself there, as you probably heard. That's that Jazzer's like, what the fuck did I just play? That's jazz musician for what did I just do? when you hear a jazzer go ha, I was like, wow, did I do that? That's what that ha means. It's like, did I do that? It's like, ooh, listen to that shit. That was some pretty amazing stuff that just came through my fingers. I haven't done nothing like that ever in my life. Let's see if I can do the same with Cats in the Cradle. Nah. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that one. I probably 20 minutes is probably way too much of this shit. If you like it, please speak my PayPal. I get 900 and I forget 20 maybe by now. I don't get much more. I get $920, and it cost me almost all of it to keep the lights on and rent paid and all the gear working right. And eating. It was pretty much the whole. I get about $1,000 total from the government, which is like subsistence to have decent electronics and service for them. We just added $20 a month, but now I got somebody to share some of the business expenses. Wow, shit. Because that's something, this is a Rainbow House. I am associated with the Rainbow Family of Living Light, but the Rainbow Family of Living Light only exists for about 10 days a year. 2 weeks the most. Alright. Anybody telling you otherwise is full of shit. That's for real. For real. The Rainbow Family of Living Light only exists for 2 weeks. It's like you got Thanksgiving Council whenever they hold that for about 3 or 4 days. And you got the Spring Council whenever they hold that for 3 or 4 days. And then you got the gathering from July 1st to 7th. But it's really from July 1st until they come to consensus about where we're going to meet next year. Because that's what the family is all about to begin with. It's nothing more than the agreement to hold a prayer circle at high noon on the 4th of July. That's the entire reason for being the Rainbow Family of Living Light. There's nothing else about it. There is nothing else about it that's real. As the whole, and it's it's all supposedly all inclusive. Boy, those guys are looking pretty pointy, huh? Yeah, I just got to work on the belly. Let's work on the bed and some tight corsetry. It's time to start like belting hard. We got to move You know, I got to move this stuff down. You got to burp this. Got to get rid of that. You know, it's that postpartum. Got to get rid of that postpartum belly there. Well, yes, I'm a clown. You know, I had no reason to do anything else but be entertaining. Education, you know, teach people and entertain people. Yes, I'm trying to be funny. And actually, I don't have to try to be funny. All I have to do is be natural, and people are like laughing. So I've had a strange life. I've had a very strange life. I don't lie about any of it. You know, if anything, you know, just that one time, and that really wasn't a lie. You know, I'm a writer. Excuse me, I'm gonna write all sorts of shit, and you need to interview me directly and rationally. You know, don't be like pressing me on things and say, "Oh no, that's really statutory rape." Well, it wasn't. And the same thing with the bestiality. You know, some dogs, you know, some people masturbate their dogs. It's not a whole lot, but it's not, you know, the thing about something like that, and really any sexuality in which nothing's harmed, you know, and that's just sexuality. Just all this, you know, there's people legislating morality. You know, all the way down to, well, you're a woman, therefore you have to wear dresses. And you're a man, therefore you have to wear pants. Women have to have their hair long, and men have to have their pants and their hair short. What kind of shit is that? You're trying to legislate it and make people go into a bathroom based on how they're dressed, or you know, oh boy, live and let live is the hippie's way, and you know. And Jews have always, you know, that's like the czar, you know, the rabbi Van Tepko, you know, rabbi tell us a blessing for the czar. Yeah, may we bless and keep the czar far away from us, because we just want to, you know. Here, let me give you the quote. This is you know, oh yeah, I was going to sing along with something. What was I? I forgot what I was going to sing along with. I was going to read this, but I'm having too much fun to read something like this. Stereotypes and Schadenfreude. Effective and physiological markers of pleasure at outgroup misfortunes. Let's at least read the abstract. People often fail to empathize with outgroup members. That's those exceptional snowflakes that you guys laugh at. Them others. And sometimes even experience Schadenfreude, pleasure, in response to their misfortunes. One potent predictor of Schadenfreude is envy. According to the stereotype content model, envy is elicited by groups whose stereotypes comprise status and competitiveness and psychophancy. They just totally like what's the word I'm looking for? They stimulate psychophancy. You're like, I don't know what the fuck is with this. You know, I'm standing there playing, and people come by. They don't put anything in the case. And they come by, and they're like, you know, oh, high five, high five, high five. And I'm supposed to stop and give them a high five. And then, you know, I've had people get all indignant. That, and one guy, you know, was so drunk he wanted to come back and like get in my face about not giving him a high five. I was like, what the fuck? His friends had to drag him away. I was like, these are the first studies to investigate whether stereotypes are sufficient to elicit pleasure in response to high status, competitive targets' misfortunes. Study 1 participants feel, I should have read this through first so I could get to it. Study 1 participants feel least negative when misfortunes befall high status. So, they don't get as much pleasure when, like, somebody important has a misfortune. as they do it when somebody of their own social status, apparently. Competitive targets, as compared to other social targets, participants' facial muscles simultaneously exhibit a pattern consistent with positive effect, i.e. smiling. Study 2 attenuates the Schadenfreude response by manipulating status and competition-relevant information. Schadenfreude decreases when the target group member has lowered status or is cooperative. Stereotype-specific content, not just individual relations with targets themselves, can predict Schadenfreude. How do people respond to competitive groups' hardship? Often people experience pity or empathy when they see other people suffering. Schadenfreude, in contrast, refers to the perceived experience of pleasure at another's misfortune. And he's quoting Heider, Psychology of Interpersonal Relations from 1958. This is getting all into. This is a serious study into Schadenfreude. I'm not gonna read this shit. No way. I swore off reading this crap. I never read the Rat Runner stuff. I was biochemistry. Woo. Someday I should really go and dig out the articles that I helped with. I did the statistics for Richard Parker on at least 2. I don't know how many. Charles Richard Parker. Androstenedione. Let me think. What was the other one? Androstenedione is a key word. What the hell was that stuff? We were doing E1, E2, and E3. Estrase? No, that's a trade name. I forget. There's estradiol. There's E2. There were 3 estrogens we tested for: testosterone, this androstenedione, and I don't know. There was about half a dozen of weird ones, weird names, and then all these like symbols and definitions for the integrations. Here, a 2 negative over positive event, X2 low over high warmth, X2 low over high confidence within subjects A and OBA, predicting how good participants felt in response to the target event pairs, revealed a significant effect of event type F sub 1, 19 equals 34.59. P is less than P01. I forget little p. What was little p? Yeah, I forget what all these symbols were. Dr. Trujillo, our physics professor, was nice to us because he didn't have any physics majors. Okay, so he wasn't hard on us. Like the biology professors, holy shit, the chemistry professors. But Dr. Trujillo, his class was laid back. Because that was a physics class, and it was for all these people that weren't physics majors. There were nobody. It was a tiny school at the time. University of Tampa only had like 1,600 students at that time, and there was no physics program to speak of. It's just they had the base course, the introductory course, so that the science majors, biology and chemistry majors, pre-med guys, and people like that had the physics credits they needed. So he was nice to us, and he let us bring all the formulas with us to the test. We could write all the formulas on. So we didn't have to memorize the fucking formulas like we had to do in biology and chemistry, because we didn't get to bring no fucking notes there. My freshman teacher, here, if any college kids are watching my shit, my freshman chemistry professor, Melvin Churchill, he's British. And he was related to them, distant, like 5th cousin or something. Melvin, and he was a ginger. He's a funny guy, real funny guy. He made chemistry a lot of fun. This was inorganic intro Chemistry 101 at the University of Illinois Chicago Circle campus in 1973, fall semester 1973. I was driving a cab and living because my father wouldn't let me live at home or pay for my apartment. When I graduated high school, it was like, no, you're out of here. You're long enough to find an apartment and a job. So I was driving a cab because that's what we all did back then. So it was the easiest thing to get a job. Didn't have to fuck around, just go down to the garage and give them $23. Go get the chauffeur's license down at City Hall and have $23 in the morning and make sure you got enough to fill the tank in the evening. And I took them out from 3 to midnight, or 3 to 3 is what we rented them for. And I was usually able to go home by midnight because I'd get the after theater traffic and the little old ladies would, give me good tips because they saw the school books. And they dropped me off near my house. They're all going up to the near north side. My last load maybe would be up to like Rogers Park, and I'd maybe get something back toward downtown and then head in. I don't even remember why I was going there. Oh yeah, Melbourne. Yeah, so this is 1973, and we're learning all that fun stuff like solution stoichiometry and reduction, and we had to memorize all the formulas. I need to save. Look up this office for save. Because I'm finally feeling my outer shape is starting to look and feel, inside me my outer shape is starting to feel and look right, and the noise from down there is like, so now it's just like I got this giant clit hanging there, and ovaries that are in the wrong place. Easy to fix, I hope. Huh? Fish can do it, and the heavenly doctors can do it. The voodoo doctors that are don't know what's going on. They're just butchers. From what I understand, what's left, what they've done after they performed their vaginoplasty. That's what these guys are always they're the fucking alphabet soup freaks. The newspeak people. The operation is called vaginal. Well, there's several operations actually. The first thing they do is take the testicles out. That's called an orchiectomy. Next thing they do is do what's called transurethral resection. See, the urethra in a male is longer than the urethra in a female, and they sort of like turn the thing inside out. And then they kind of work the vagina. The first thing they got to do is they got to get rid of your nuts, and then they got to shorten your urethra and like reposition all that, and then they make a vagina. But there's no uterus, and no gonads at all. So you're stuck on that's what it is, and if that having lived with gender dysphoria all my life, I have nothing but total sympathy and support for anybody who says, hey, I can't stand this anymore. Just do me. Give me a Bangkok Bob, man. Send me a Bangkok. Let me come back with a vagina. I'm not there yet. I'm waiting on God. Dr. Soup Porn and them don't know how to do it the way I want it done. And what's her name? Both what's her names? There's two transgender surgeons that there's some people like love them to death, and other people are like, as long as in media whore, or they're both me. I don't know. I don't like talking bad about people, but there's some bad to talk about them. Watch out for those two because they're notorious for really poor post-operative care. Dr. Broussard in Montreal, I think it is, has really good references. People are very pleased with their work. Tammy Faye, Tammy Faye, that's the evangelist. Tammy Ann Matthews is I think Transgender Beauty Network, something, I don't know. She's in the North Carolina crowd, the Eastern North Carolina crowd, the coast, people on the coast. Nice folks, a lot of fun. You know, they always have a lot of fun. She's very pleased with Dr. Broussard's work. She's even showing it off, pictures of it if you knew where to look. I don't really watch porn, but I've looked at a lot of dirty pictures of transgender people tend to like, especially I don't know, I'm old, I'm like real old fashioned when it comes to that, and I got to keep my mouth shut because like I don't want to sound like the colonizers. It's to each his own. Jews. The ancient Jews. My ancestors, my people are like live and let live people, and to each their own. And if it's something you don't like, just put some distance between yourself and it. Don't be forcing somebody not to do something that you don't like. That's just not the way America's supposed to work, and that's not what God intended. I think let's see what all we can find on that one. Close that shit out. Look at that. That's just. I swore off. Oh boy, we got. Yeah. Let's put that shit away. We don't need to mess with that either. He's an idiot. They're all idiots. What idiots? God, Oh, here's here's Floss Man. Here's what these guys. Let's see how long were they talking about me? Holy shit! From us. Okay, I was last. They shut me off every time Sneasel shows up. Sneasel cuts me off from being able to post. So from 8:45, the Man of Floss, live Phil _V _Delici. I think that has something to do with Greta Martello's friend, one of them that they call Phil. They did name everybody. They're calling Ariana Brian, and she hasn't been Brian. Brian's been gone for like 15 years at least. And I was never called anything but Tommy. Nobody called me Tom, ever. They knew better. No, really, nobody ever called me Tom. It was either Thomas or Tommy. If they were, addressing me formally as Thomas, and if they were, loved me, it was Tommy. If they weren't paying any attention to me, it was Tom. And these were people that I'd either ignore or I'd ignore. Just put up with it in the moment and then just stay away from them. Which is all I've been trying to do to these people, and they won't. And there's always just a few people worth communicating on any of these sites, so I don't go away that fast, and I'm really trying to collect a lot of data on something. So here they're talking all sorts of shit from 8:45. No, Sneasel showed up at 8:40, and all Sneasel said was LOL. LOL. That's LOL. Or it's LOLs, LULZ. That's laughing under, I don't know. So from 8:40 until, and this is almost straight through, like every few minutes. So it's about an hour. About an hour of this. The old saying says, well, see, it's like, they all want to fight, and I really don't want anything to do with it unless I'm getting paid. Up front, I'm getting paid whether I win or lose if they want to fight. That's where it's at. It's bad enough I have to fight with you in text for nothing. But if you want to lay your hands on me, you're gonna have to guarantee me a certain amount of money just to show up. You understand the concept? You know, you ain't gonna get George Foreman into the ring with Muhammad Ali without giving them both money, no matter who wins or loses. So, and I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. It's like, why should I, you know, I'm demanding their legal representative up front. Why would I do this? Again, I'm confused, Tom. You seem to want, this is drunkard. This is Bojangles. This is total drunkard, 25 years old in marketing. It's real useful business. Hobos are more useful than marketing executives. Again, why I'm confused, Tom. You seem to want to create a scenario in which you hold no legal liability. Your opponent does, and you're giving their docs just because. Yeah, I'm not going to book a fight with any of you. What possible reason will we have to comply? Well, because you want to, you know, if you want to just walk up to me on the street and take a punch, you know, swing at me, be my guest. Okay? Be my guest. Just walk up to me and say, hey, Tom, you're a child fucking dog fucker and I need to hurt you. And take a swing at me. And, you know, and then, you know, I do whatever I want in self-defense. If you want to actually fight, you want me to fight, you know, because, like, I'm not going to fight with you if you attack me. I'm going to protect myself, and if you get hurt too bad, too bad. Because if I had any interest in hurting you, why not just run you down in the street, wear a mask, tell you nothing, and deny everything? Well, that's what you're doing from the internet, you fucking retard. You will not agree to any kind of, yes, I will. But it's got to be, like, under my terms. So instead, you appear to want to goad us into attacking you. Well, yeah. Well, no. I wouldn't sue you for assault. I'd like break you in 12 pieces and you go to jail by way of the hospital. That's happened before, several times. Let me see. I mean, I can give you the details from one of the news the other. There was the one in Madison that just insisted to drunk. No, it's just that one. I mean, there's a few that I had to hurt, but they didn't go to jail. I didn't even go to the hospital either. I just had to hurt them and get away. I have this with drunks a lot, and especially if they're high on PCP. Don't mind me, I'm just reminiscing about Jesse. That was Jesse. What was his last name? He's one of the guitarists, but he was like a total junkie, multiple substance abuser. And mean as fuck when he was real stoned, and on PCP they think they're Superman. And he found me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were both all alone, and he decided he's going to go off on me. And I had to choke him out to get away from him. It was before Lady came into my life. It was like, Lady was not my dog. I was her human. Okay? She was in charge. And that was the way it was. She was in charge. I know a guy, you know, there was a busker. He didn't play guitar while she was doing that. But he was a busker, and his dog liked to climb on his leg and hump his leg. My dog liked to climb on my hand. You know, she'd be like right here, right across here, and she'd be humping against it. I wasn't sticking my shit up in her, you know, I was just hold my hand there for the dog to hump on it. What's the big deal? I mean, really, what's the big deal about that? That is what, you know, this is y'all are asking. Now, you tell me what's the big deal about a dog who is wanting to get her nuts off, wanting to get her shit off, coming up to humans and begging the human to give them something that she could rub her ass on. What is the big fucking deal there? How is that perverted? It's strange, but it's not a sex practice of the human doing it. It's just the human accepting that the dog deserves to get her stuff off if she wants to get her stuff off. What's the big deal? Tell me what's the big deal. I mean, I understand the controversy over 15. She was 15, and you know, her birthday was in August, and this happened sometime between May and July. Okay, so I can understand that being controversial, but it's really no big deal. You know, as far as a felony and
Yeah, it's a felony, but it was, there was never any harm done, and nothing like it ever happened again. So again, I have the question. Um, it's not cut and dry that the original incident 35 years ago really was any kind of child molestation in the first place. That's open for debate. Okay, that is the subject of debate, and that's part of a whole lot of it. Like they're going to tell you about a 13-year-old girl. If they tell you about anything younger, that's made up. What else? I'm risking talking about it just because they don't, their comprehensive abilities are like third grade. I've never seen such poor reading comprehension among adults in my life as I see in the Kiwi farmers and the AMVs. These people are simply illiterate. They're pseudo intellectuals. They're illiterate pseudo intellectuals. Quasi literate. No, these guys are illiterate. These aren't even quasi literate. My insult used to be quasi literate pseudo intellectuals. But these guys got like delusions of intellect. It's amazing. It's amazing just what they, what I'll say one thing and what they think they saw me say. Too nuts. Just too nuts. And I'm not going to be doing a lot of these. I'm nowhere near as many. I don't know. I'm just going to load them for now. I don't even remember what I was doing half of them. I'd start them up and then 4 hours later, this one's almost 50 minutes long now. And I forgot why I started it. So thanks for watching. Happy and namaste, motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm unhappy and I'm angry all the time. I'm angry and unhappy all the time. All the fucking time. That's why I'm making these long videos, so you can see that I'm not angry and unhappy all the time. Oh yeah, I started out playing the flute on this one, so let's finish it with the flute. And I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. I played the flute for about 20 minutes. Now I've been talking for about 20 minutes. Almost 30 minutes. What can we play for you? That's something else. We might be able to get it something from there. This is just a controller. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do is go to sleep early and get up early and work on the presentation for Congressman Grijalva's office. Yeah, I want to make something real clear to these sociopathic millennials. Especially any high school and college kids under 20 that are, joining the fun. You're clowning on me at my expense. You're calling me things that I'm not. It's hurting my image. It's hurting my finances. I'm gonna hurt you back eventually. The only reason you haven't been hurt back is I cannot afford a lawyer, and there's not really anything a lawyer can do with the laws the way they are. And I've known this for a long time. So, like, the lawsuit, when we sue, right now the strategy is to sue under Title 42 of the United States Criminal Code, or Civil Code, Section 1983, which is about civil rights, and there's probably several other sections under Title 17. Because I noticed that when Sneasel, well, he's so stupid. Tom was fighting against Tom Saniak was in Kenosha. Actually, when he was in Chicago, he was fighting against legalized auto theft, where they come on his property and come and grab the vehicle or something. I don't even know what it was about. And he sued the city. And there's a lot of stuff in the newspaper about it. That Sneasel found. Thinking the city was suing him for being a hobo. I have to wonder, like, how people like that survive their childhood. I mean, and then come out thinking, how anybody could be so stupid. I just don't know how stupid people can think they're smart. Because, really smart people understand how ignorant they are. All those guys are looking good. This is the, people always wonder about, because, like, for me, and most of the people I know that are, like, on parallel track, is that gender dysphoria is your brains are female, and or it could be the other way around, but for, trans women, our brains are female and our bodies are male. Now, I was lucky that my girl was always, like, pretty close. I mean, I'm 60 years old now, and I had to endure testosterone all these years, and the estrogens are just starting to work to fix my stuff. But if we close our eyes, we visualize ourselves as female. Just like that, oh, I'm female. Oh, no, I'm not. And that's maddening. That's because you got the, and mine was overactive. People ask me how I coped. It was music, meditation, marijuana, and masturbation. And a lot of masturbation. And last week was like just this, like I said, I don't know, did I say, I said it in another video, did I start a new one, or is this, this thing's still running? That's not what I said earlier. It's like, it's not there so much. It's not like wanting blood. Don't want to overact. It doesn't want. It's not like asking for more than its fair share of blood. It's not excreting. I don't know what the deal is, but trans women often have like high libido, very high libido. I don't know, I'm not happy about my arms, my upper arms. I never was, because we were slinging hay bales by the time we were 8 years old. I come from a farm, a lot of the women in my family, my grandmother's generation, were pretty stocky. My mother's generation was the pampered one, so they're much less stocky. And her side of the family, the women, Aunt Marion and Grandma Bell, were very slender, but they're still like some of the cousins, some of their sisters, like Josephine, little short round lady. She was the only one who didn't marry. I think there were two maiden sisters. I forget. They were Orthodox, so it's probably kind of hard for my great grandfather to get rid of them. Back then. I know what I want to play, but I can't even hear the melody. I know, it's. I've been trying to get to it. It's one that I really worked on a lot years ago. Yeah, that. Go. I'm just like, there's a word for it when you get one melody stuck in your head and you can't do anything else. There it is. There it is. There because the octave getting slangy. I wasn't really like down into it yet. I wasn't anywhere near into it. And that one and the other one. Those are the two main ones that need names. And this melody, I can't even remember what the words were for this little bit. Yeah, but the flute's getting expensive. At least I remember the tune. That's good. That's over an hour of like at least some of it's a lot of it's the recorder and yeah, speak my PayPal, please. You know, and buy something. We're starting. You know, leave an inquiry at Real Things. Yeah, we got to work on that website this week. That's what we'll do. Because I don't really have the cash. I don't have the cash right now. I can't give up the cash tomorrow. I gotta put my cash over in the bank, and I don't have enough cash to cover my part of the lapidary tomorrow. Oh well. Anyways, I'm having a good time in my life finally. After 62 and almost 63 years, I'm finally feeling like I'm me, and I can express myself. I mean, as me. And Tony Jane, and Miss Jane, Miss Tommy, Auntie Jane, Auntie Tommy, not Tom. I'm not Mr. I'm not Wasserberg, I'm not Tom, I'm not Thomas, I'm Tommy. And anybody who denies me that is the one who has a problem. If you're going to insist that I'm Tom, and if you're going to insist that I'm the man, I have nothing to say directly to you anymore, any of you. Nothing. If you want an answer out of me, this is what my master. This is right here. That's where I've died many times. My spirit, the genes that make up this body, many times have died. And taking, just something taking the heart. I know. And you know what, kids? I'm gonna watch all of you die. After just like the Israelis on the hilltop, watching Gaza get blown up. We're going to be watching you all get eaten. We're going to be watching the planet get cleansed of its infestation. Good luck on the last day. Thanks for watching. Happy day. Bye.